Take iPower anywhere, in the city or on the go. We're always on 24/7.
DeMarco J here at the iPower Even Show. I'm your host and co-producer, DeMarco J of the iPower Even Show. As you know, we haven't been having our radio show on lately. We haven't been broadcasting live since, I believe, in March. I've been going through some issues with mental health, but that's all been resolved. So getting a lot of therapy and getting a lot of improvement. And speaking of improvement, we are improving this lovely radio station here, as you can see. We're getting new stuff in for our radio show. iPower 989 is a New York radio station. It was a Boston station for 10 years, from 2007 to 2017. And we decided that on July 5th, I believe it was on a Wednesday, July 5th, we decided to move our radio station to New York to get a bigger, huge audience from the 5 boroughs of New York City and the tri-state area. iPower 989 is not just a New York radio station, but it's also listened everywhere across the country. The listening audience are in New Jersey and Connecticut. We are the tri-state area. We get some listening audience in Philadelphia. And we also still get listening audience here in Boston. Believe it or not, there's still people from Boston listening to this radio station, even though it originated from Boston. But we're now in New York. It's a New York radio station. Currently, right now, I'm in Boston because we lost our place in New York. And due to the coronavirus that's happening as we speak, we are currently here in Boston, Massachusetts, at another location. I stayed quarantined in March, so I came down with a cold. I thought it was the coronavirus, but it wasn't. Just had a bad cold, and felt better. So right now, I have a few announcements. A couple announcements that's taking place in a couple weeks. I'm gonna have a couple Puerto Ricans come in here to help me produce the video. It's the rebroadcast of the New York Puerto Rican Parade that is supposed to happen live on 5th Avenue in Midtown Manhattan, which I go every year to broadcast and see the beautiful culture of Puerto Rico and the parade itself. We're talking 2 million Boricuas, 2 million Puerto Ricans coming from everywhere. Coming from Boston, coming from Providence, coming from, you name it, Chicago, Miami, LA, Puerto Rico, of course, Toronto. Puerto Ricans are everywhere. 2 million Puerto Ricans every year, but not this year due to the coronavirus that's taking place right now in our country. And if we can just put that on the screen for a minute. Yes, the New York Puerto Rican Parade, the rebroadcast of the New York Puerto Rican Parade, exclusively here at iPower 1. I was out there. I was recording. So you're going to see it, you're going to see it live again. And it was beautiful. Beautiful. I'm usually at the same place every year, 5th Ave and 59th Street, I believe, where I can get a better view of the parade with huge Puerto Rican flags. You hear the music, reggaeton, salsa. It's beautiful, beautiful. Once again, the rebroadcast of the New York Puerto Rican Parade will be broadcast at 2 p.m. on Facebook Live on iPower 989, our official fan page. So check that out. Meanwhile, ABC 7NY will have I believe, a rebroadcast edition of last year's New York Puerto Rican Parade, the New York National Puerto Rican Parade. That will be broadcast on ABC 7. So I have a Fire Stick, so I can watch Channel 7 on my Fire Stick here in Boston. So I'm not going to miss anything. Look, I love the New York Puerto Rican Parade. I love the Puerto Rican culture, even though I'm black. Even though I support, the black culture, black-owned businesses, black everything. But still, it's about supporting each other. I support diversity. Like I said, we're getting new stuff in. We're getting the flags of Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados. We're getting those in. We're going to get the LGBT flag in here as well, because knowing me, I don't discriminate. Because I want the artists, regular guests, organizers to feel welcome to this radio station once it's done, because we're still renovating. It's getting a big, huge makeover. We're bringing in new stuff. We got new couches, new furniture, new TV, new everything. We want our guests to feel welcome, that this is a New York station. We got, over there we got the Statue of Liberty. We got they're replicas. So you got the Statue of Liberty, you got the Empire State Building, you got, what else you got there? The World Trade Center. So everybody knows I love New York, even though I originated from Boston. And people are asking, why do you love New York more than you love the city of Boston, where you was originally from? I was born in Roxbury, Massachusetts, by the way. So, anyways, the reason why I love New York so much, not because of the city itself. I'm a big fan of elevated subway lines. Boston used to have them. The elevated orange line. We don't have that no more. We don't have that no more here in Boston. It was torn down in 1987. Currently, right now, they're tearing half of the elevated structure down in Boston for the extension of the Green Line on the MBTA. So, and they're making a new elevated line going towards Medford. So if you're in the Boston area, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Construction's on the way as we speak. Look, I'm into elevated trains. You can see my drawings right there. I'm into elevated trains. I'm into elevated lines. Boston doesn't have that no more. That's why I go to New York. That's one of the reasons why I go to New York. But when I go to New York, I meet up with my co-host Ricky, who lives on Staten Island. Stefan, who lives in where does he live? Is it Newark or East Orange, New Jersey? Either one. He lives in East Orange, New Jersey, and Rafael Castro still lives in Boston. Lives in Jamaica Plain. We do a 4-hour radio show. We've been doing that for the past 13 years. And they are, I would say, the perfect radio show crew ever. Big shout out to Mickey Montes. He was here yesterday. He's helping me out with the radio station. He met some people here in Boston who are definitely interested, want to reach out to the people of Boston, reach out to the people of New York City, reach out to the people in New York City. And I can't wait to get back on the radio, get back on the air, and kick some ass. Because that's what we do here at iPower 1. iPower 989. Meanwhile, I was working on new videos, new promos for our TV side of iPower. Just check us out on YouTube. Keyword iPower 1 Real. We're iPower 1 Real now. We're not iPower 1 Nation no more when it comes to social media. Our email is still the same when it comes to iPower 1 Nation. iPower1 at gmail. Is it iPower1 at gmail.com? I believe so. iPower1Nation at gmail.com. iPower1Nation at gmail.com. We still get emails from people across the country. So there's people out there that love this radio station. For me, I'm about being a national person, representing national radio, like a Russ Parr, like the retired Tom Joyner, like the Breakfast Club. Speaking of those radio shows, I just love black radio. I'm sorry. I listen to the Breakfast Club on Power 105.1 in New York, and I listen to the Rush Power Morning Show since the year 2000. I remember used to be on WILD-FM in Boston. I'm still keeping that same energy, listening to the the Rush Power Morning Show on, that's my show, the Rush Power Morning Show, 6 to 10 a.m. I listen currently on Magic 102.3 down in the DMV. So I'm very into black radio. I support black radio all the way. Everybody knows that I listen to Al Sharpton when I get a chance. But most definitely, every morning I listen to Russ Parr, I listen to the Breakfast Club, I switch stations back and forth. In the evening when I get a chance, I listen to D.L. Hughley. So I'm a big fan of black radio. So you know where I stand when it comes to black media. So I'm part of that black media. And the iPower Evening Show is not going nowhere. And I know some haters in Boston tried to get rid of me for years, but unsuccessfully did not. I'm still here. And I'm going to represent the fans that support the radio show, the radio station. We're going to have interviews, and it's going to be professional, better than ever. I just don't want to hear the voice. I just don't want to hear the voice of the artists or the guests that come into this radio station. I want them to feel. I want them to feel New York. I want them to feel that they're part of New York. I want them to feel that they're part of the New York media, the New York brand, the New York radio station. iPower is New York. iPower was Boston. And to some of y'all out there, it's still Boston because it originated from Boston. But we're moving on up like the Jeffersons. Moving on up. You know, we moved on up. I'm about thinking outside the box and getting out my comfort zone. That's who I am. I can't be like everybody else. I can't be an echo chamber to everybody else. You want to do your thing, you go do your own thing. We're doing our own thing. We are New York. I've always been for New York. That don't mean I hate Boston. I just love both cities, but I love New York. That's why I travel. I'm a travel person. You hear Tom Joyner saying he's the fly jock? Well, I'm the travel jock. I'm the travel jock. I travel. Don't matter. New York, Philly. Hey, I'll travel to the ATL if I have to. I'll travel to Chicago if I have to, or even LA. I want to be the next travel jock like Tom Joyner. You see, black media is needed right now, and it's very important to the black community, the cities across the country, and to the world. Now, let's not waste no time. Let's talk about what's going on with our beloved brother who passed away violently by the hands of the Minneapolis Police Department. This man, I don't want to mention his name, I don't want to give him the credit, put his knee on the neck of our brother George Floyd. This man didn't do nothing wrong. The store clerk lied on this man and said that he had a fake $20 bill. And that's the reason to call the police? Did you actually check to see if that $20 was real? All you have to do is just check to see if it's real. Because anytime I want to put money into my bank card, the store clerk, they check to see if the $100 is real. And you couldn't even do that? I mean, common sense. Why call the police? Jesus. We need justice for this man. We need justice for our brother who was shot for jogging down in Georgia. We definitely need justice for this sister who worked hard. I think it was in Kentucky. A proud nurse in her community. She was shot execution style in her own home while she was asleep. Plainclothes officers murdered this woman. She was sleeping. And without warning, the police started firing without warning. They rushed into the house, didn't identify themselves, no search warrant, no nothing. And just killed this poor innocent sister in her sleep. And her boyfriend was firing back. He had no idea that was the police. But thank God the charges were dropped, because there's a lot of corruption going on with the police departments nationwide. Excuse me. I'm not talking about the NYPD or Boston Police or LAPD. We're talking about police nationwide, law enforcement. How are we supposed to trust the police when they are killing us on purpose, intentionally? Hands up is no longer an option. Having a search warrant is no longer an option. Following the officer's commands is no longer an option. It's now shoot to kill. I will never forget what happened in New Haven with those two couples. New Haven police came out of nowhere, shot up the car. And I was like, what the f***? For what? For what? For nothing. And you got this dumbass in the White House named Donald, you know what? I don't even call him the president. Orange 45. Let me just say it like that. Orange 45. I don't want to call him by his name. He's a jackass. He's not my president as far as I'm concerned. I don't think he's anybody's president who's in their right mind. He does not care about black people. Let me say that again. He does not care about black people. He surely don't give a damn about you. He surely don't give a damn about the Latinos who vote for him. After what he said about Mexico, bringing in drug dealers, rapists, he don't care about none of it. He don't even care about his own Republicans, as far as I'm concerned. We can't let this man have another 4 years in the Oval Office. I'm sorry. We got to get him out. And as for Joe Biden, look, I heard what Charlemagne the God said, that he needs to pick a black woman for vice president. You know what? I totally agree. It's not to be racist or anything. No disrespect to Elizabeth Warren. She's a very good senator here in Massachusetts. No disrespect to her. I like Elizabeth Warren. But I'm sorry. We need a black woman who will understand black problems, black feelings, the pain of black people, moving this country forward with their agendas. We need a black vice president. I don't care who it is. Kamala Harris, Michelle Obama, it don't matter. We need somebody on that ticket that will get black people and other people of color voting in those polls in November. We got to get this man out. Because look what's going on with the alt-right movement. Look what's going on with white supremacy. I mean, come on. Wake up. Look what's going on. Our lives are in danger. Our black lives are in danger. Right now, they see our skin color as a crime. Can you believe that? A crime. You saw what this white woman from Central Park did, call the police on a brother who's a bird watcher. Really? And she wasn't even obeying the law, releasing her dog without a leash. So of course that brother had a right to be mad. You broke the law. He was just telling you to put that dog back on the leash, and you're lying on this brother by calling the police and saying that, oh, this black man is hurting me. Oh, this black man is trying to kill me. And at the same time, you're choking the dog. You're choking the dog. Well, karma's a bitch. Not only that you lost your dog, your ass got fired. And I was like, good. Fire her ass. Not only that, I agree with the city councilors in New York City. She needs to be charged with falsifying a phone call to the NYPD. Falsifying a report. That's what she did. She tried to Emmett Till this brother. What she wanted to see was a brother get gunned down by the NYPD. Yeah, I said it. That's what she wanted. But she didn't get her way. How soon we forget? You're in Central Park. I'm pretty sure you remember the Central Park 5 with these 5 brothers. I don't think the NYPD would be that stupid to fall for that again. Falsifying a statement. Having these brothers locked up for a false statement. Lies that this woman was raped. Till we found out that the real rapist confessed that he raped that poor innocent woman. The NYPD and the prosecutor, I don't want to mention her name neither. It is horrible, horrific of what black people are going through in this country. Don't talk to me about black on black crime in Chicago. Don't talk to me about black people looting and black people stealing. Look, white people in that protest, I don't know if it was the Antifa or the alt-right, but y'all was breaking into these stores and y'all was looting, setting cars on fire. Black people were not the only people doing that. You were. But you're gonna put the whole blame on black people. No, I don't think so. We're not that stupid. We wasn't born last night. You must take us for a goddamn fool to think that we would do something foolish. There were peaceful marches for this brother, George Floyd. And you got some coming in and ruining it for everyone else. But we got work to do. That's why I'm here on this radio station. That's why I'm not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. My co-hosts are not going anywhere. iPower is here to stay. That's why we're here in New York City. We need justice for black people, not just white people, but liberty and justice for all, not for some, for all. That's all I'm saying. You can follow us on Facebook at iPower1Real. You can also follow me on Instagram, also at iPower1Real. Matter of fact, follow us on social media, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or here on Facebook Live, keyword iPower1Real. You can also follow me you can also follow me on DeMarco J. White on Facebook. So we're coming back strong. Just stay tuned, everyone. This is DeMarco J, and I'm out the door.